Well, good afternoon and welcome to Double K Home Projects. Today we are getting ready to head out and head up north. I have to cat sit for my son who is on vacation. But before we do that, I want to do just a quick review of what all I've gotten done in the last week or so. So the first thing is that we cleaned these out, okay, and all we have planted in here is dill, and it's growing like crazy, and sage, more dill. I put some stuff to get rid of ants down, and we have chives. Okay, in here we have peppers, which are not coming up just yet in these two hills. These were the really weedy. There's still some grass in there. And over here I've tilled this area up, and I've got marigolds growing all along the edge over here. I'll show you. We've got marigolds growing all along the fronts of these. Okay, I still have some cleanup to do. Marigolds growing all along there, clear up to the shed there, and on the other side of the shed. Then we have in here, we have a summer squash, just a few seeds. We'll see if those come up. They're new seeds, so hopefully they come up. So let's go on around here. Still have a lot of mulch to put in and a lot of landscaping to do. Right here we have beans, and they are coming up now. As you can see right here, some of them are coming up. Tomato plant's doing good. It needs a little bit of trimming. Peppers, I'm not seeing any pepper plants coming up just yet. This one here, I just planted the beans. They're not popping up yet in this one or this one just yet. Let's look at this. This one here is not popping up either just yet, but I bet they will here real soon. And this one here, we've got quite a few beans coming up. Over here, I've got a couple bean plants coming up. So, and over here, we've got a couple beans coming up. All along this fence right here, we have cucumbers. There's a space here that's no cucumbers, but I got plenty here. I'm not gonna plant anymore. There is one down in there, and it'll fill this whole thing up. That's probably way too many cucumbers in this spot. Anyway, so let's take you over here. Here's the tomatoes that I transplanted, and then the volunteer ones, they're growing like crazy. So we've got marigolds planted in here. Beans, I planted some more beans because they didn't all come up. Got beans through here and all around that way, and then I planted some more zucchini because they are not coming up either in here. Got marigolds on the other side of the fence over in that mess to kind of hide it. Same way on the other side is marigolds. I've got marigolds all down through here when they start coming up. And then the weeds are starting to set in, and I'm not going to be able to get to this for at least 4 or 5 days. So when I get back from this cat sitting job, and I will be doing a bunch of weeding. So here you've got your pepper plants, bell peppers. Then you've got the big boy tomatoes, and they're growing really good. I've got a basil back in there. Now all of my basil plants made it. That one over here is making it. It's little. I don't know if you can see him back in there. So this one here did not make it, the one in here. So, but the tomato plants seem to be doing really good. This basil made it back there. See him right there in the middle? Lots of weeds. I'll be doing a lot of weeding. I did plant in here just a single row of hot peppers. I didn't get very many seeds with those hot peppers, so I just planted them in these raised beds here. And then I'm going to plant some marigolds in there, which I have up here on the porch growing in my little flats here. I got a bunch of they're just a petite yellow marigold. Of course, there's some of the plants that Laura planted, you know, earlier this year, which we do have a video on. So anyway, I've got my carrots over here. Oh boy. I think that they may be planted too close. Maybe, I don't know. I planted them the square gardening way, so square foot gardening. But here, I actually have catnip coming up. Amazing. I'm excited about that. So I do have, in those cups up there on the porch, I do have more catnip growing. Anyway, over here, it's going to be marigolds. As you can see, some of them are already coming up, but it's kind of hit and miss on those. So anyway, that is where we're at today on the planting. Of course, I think you saw all my sunflowers over here. Let's go check them out. Right here, you've got a bunch of sunflowers. Yeah. So things are growing. It's just taking some time. Then I'm going to have a lot of weeding to do when I get back. Okay, here we go. Some air blowing in here. On our way on this bumpy road. So bumpy. Anyway, a little bit of rain, which is not good. I have my weed whip packed in the back with other things like posts and some fencing, some cattle panel. I'm heading up north with it all. So I guess I will give you a better explanation of what I'm doing. I'm actually heading up north about an hour and a half to my son and daughter-in-law's house. My wife and I are taking turns watching their house while they're gone on a vacation. We're also cat sitting, and so we're just trying to take care of everything up there. So I'm gonna have to do some mowing and trimming. I'm taking up a whole bunch of T-posts and a few cattle panel. They're probably 5 foot by 4 foot or something like that. I gotta watch. We got some mowing and stuff going on the highway here. I gotta kind of be careful. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing some mowing and trimming up there and just taking care of the place. Probably weeding his garden. I will do a review of his garden. He's got it planted now, and he said he's battling weeds, which I knew he would be because of the grass, because we cut that new garden in, and there's gonna be a lot of grass trying to grow. I'm even having that problem in my garden. But so I'm going to be watching his garden and trying to get it weeded while he's gone, and just get some trimming done and mowing done and things like that. So I am headed up there an hour and a half north of where I live It looks like I've beat the rain out of my town because it was raining, or trying to rain, and I have a weed whip exposed in the rear end of my truck here in the bed, and I didn't want it to get wet. So anyway, it looks like I may have beat the rain, I hope. The northern fields of Indiana. Flatlands up here. Lots of nice farming up here. Alright, well, I'm getting out here, and before I go in, I wanted to show you what we got in the back end of this truck. What I brought up here, got my weed whip in there, I got some fencing, I got some cattle panel down below, and then these T-posts. This would be for his tomatoes and stuff like that. Yep, we're gonna be cat sitting for the kitties for a few days. Yeah. We're gonna be cat sitting. Yes. Yes, we are. Pretty kitties. Yeah. What are you doing? This is Ozza. Well, good morning. It is the next day, and I'm up here up north getting ready to do some weed whipping and mowing today. So I got in last night, didn't do much else. I did some computer work and things like that I needed to get done, but greeted the cats and all that. So I'm getting ready to weed whip all around his yard. He's yet to buy a really good weed whip. This is all new place for him, so he's just starting out, him and his wife, Ruthie. So I brought my weed whip up, and we're gonna try to get busy today. Looks like a lot of weed whipping to do and mowing. We're battling against weather again, so I don't know how much I'll get done in the next couple days. I had big plans to get a lot done, but it just depends on the weather. So we'll get done what we can. So with that, we're gonna go get busy. All right, I'm going to go around this big lilac, and it is, sorry about that. This lilac is starting to overgrow again, and it really needs trimmed back, but I'm going to trim up around it. All right, got that done. All right, I haven't mowed with this mower for quite some time, so I've got to get it started and attempt to mow this. I'm gonna have to weed whip around this stuff, but my weed whip battery is charging right now, so we are going to push mow for just a little while. I thought maybe there was a primer on this, but it doesn't look like that there is. No prime, no choke. That's what it says. Well, let's just see if that's the case. It is. All right, well, we are going to attempt to get some mowing done on this riding mower, which I need to remember how to run. So, if I remember right, I have to, there's one thing I got to do. I believe I got to do that. There's a little gear back there. What's this? Looks like a stick. Well, it's stuck. The stick is stuck. Okay. I'm not sure what level he... Let me think a minute. There we go. That's reverse and that's forward. Okay. Gotta remember how to do this. I think I'll back up here and make a pass first to see how low I need to go here. A little trial and error here. We'll try this out and see what it does. I'll look back at it. See if I'm too low. It's pretty low, but if I take my time, I think I'll be all right with it. That's pretty low. I didn't check the gas. I might run out of gas. Okay, well, we've got the mowing done and the trimming, and which took a long time to get done because this place is pretty big, actually. But got it all done, and now I'm getting ready to do a little bit of tilling, hand tilling, with one of these little cultivators, and we're gonna try it. Got a hoe and a shovel too. I'm not going to pick the weeds by the plants themselves. I'm just going to go into the rows and try to clean them up as quick as I can. I'm battling weather, and we got some rain coming in tomorrow. I've got about 5 rows I need to clean up, and but I'll show you here in just a second. Plus, I wanted to do a review of his garden. That way, you know, you can see just how well it's doing. So let's come on up here and check this out. So this is his garden. Well, Ruthie's too. Him and his wife. It's hard to tell what they've got planted because of all the weeds, but they've got them all marked. And I do see some things coming up. Definitely got some lettuce right here. I mean, tons of it. But so anyway, got a lot of weeding to do. He's got some new raised bed gardens here. He's got those all marked. Those look pretty good. They don't really need weeded. But over here, he's got some strawberries coming on. He could probably pick those. And he's got a couple little sweet peppers. Kind of an odd thing to put in together, but it'll work. Those strawberries will literally take over that whole thing. But I think for now, this year, he's got him some peppers in there. That's gonna grow. Got some kale. Actually, I think he's got some kale coming up there. Possibly. Yeah, I may just do inside the rows because I don't want to mistakenly pick his plants. I can see where he's got some things planted. So we'll see. I'll see how much I can get done today. Because tomorrow is possibly going to have some major rain. He's definitely got some cucumbers. He's going to have to put some trellises up there, which I brought some trellis. So he may have to buy some more though. Cucumbers are looking good. He's got a lot of those growing. I think he started those from seed, these cucumbers. He's doing pretty good for a first year. I'm proud of him. Lots of grass in here, but I knew that was going to happen because we just cut this new garden. So anyway, I got to get started weeding. This is kind of the last task that I had planned to do up here. So we'll see. It is have to get him a bucket and come out and pick in between them. I don't think it's, the dirt's pretty soft, so it wouldn't really be hard to pick, I don't think. It's just the time to do it, you know? He's busy, like everybody else is, but he's got little maters right there. A lot of work gardens are. Back-breaking work. Okay, this little booger here, if I don't get him setting up, he's not gonna make it. Try to get him propped up. He's not wanting to stand up. That mater, yeah, on some of these little maters, if they fall over and are kind of in the dirt, you need to literally take some little toothpicks or skewers, take 2 or 3 of them and try to prop that dude up out of the mud, because if not, a lot of times they won't make it when they're so little. Rain ends up beating them down into the mud and messes them up. Before I go on to the next row, I'll go ahead and pull this dirt back up so that if I have to end up stopping, I'll at least have got some rows finished. All right. Well, we will get the garden rake now and rake that up. I'm gonna start down at the other end. That way I'm not walking on it. And we'll pile it back up like he had it. All right. Okay, well, I got one row kind of tilled up there, as you can see it. Just the center part of it. That's all I'm probably going to do to each one of these rows. So I believe that's where I'm going to end this video up here. We're still cat sitting. We're still feeding cats and watching. We're watching the place, making sure everything's running right. Got the mowing done. That was a big plus. and we're doing the weeding in time to beat the rain tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll probably just be editing video and this video and getting it loaded. So the next time I see you, we'll probably be back at home with another project, probably picking weeds. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share, and tell others about this, about my channel, and hopefully they'll come along for to watch also. Hit the notification bell before you leave, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.